So I just got out of F1, not a review, not a reading. Basically, it just felt like I had to come here. And it makes sense. It does. It all made sense always, I guess. I just forgot. Thank you for reminding me, everyone. There's no forgetting that. I love when the doors open automatically. But yeah, so basically, weird day. Not any weirder than life, I suppose, but weirder than it had been. I'm parked in 7D. I saw F1. I was seat F9. Lucky number 9, of course. It's been 31 years in the making. And I believe this is finally when I should say things. So I will. Okay. So, realistically speaking, I don't know what this is. I've been seeing a lot of readings. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I thought that was not the word. They're definitely readings. I've been seeing a lot of readings, and I don't know if that's necessarily what this would be. Because I'm not reading you. I feel like there's a very general sense of speaking to or of someone else when I get my readings, but that's not what this is. This is me. This is for me. This is me interpreting things out loud that may or may not have any significance to anyone else, but I assume that they will. So basically, F1. I just saw F1. This is not a review. This is a talking about, mentioning of synchronicities, an unedited, unfiltered version of what I think and what I've always thought, and now I can speak. So, F1, F9, lucky number 9, hope is not a strategy. The time to beat is 3, 6, 9. Up is down, down is up. The cards have always been. Cards and driving have always been flames and fire. The accident made me think of things. It made me think of hands. It made me think of hands and car crashes. Car crashes and hands. I thought of multiple car crashes. They were specific to my life, but some of them were just general. Plan C. Chaos. I didn't think of it at the time, but now I'm thinking of chaos flowers. I'm thinking of spiraling out from the center until you form multiple layers, but maybe not balanced. So not a mandala, not of that nature. Chaos flowers. Chaos flowers. I did bring my cards. I was shuffling my cards. I didn't think that they would be relevant to the actual film, but I got a lot of relevant numbers. Started with ace, went to 9. Then I kept splitting into those. There was 7, 6s, 3s, not in that order. A strong theme of love taken by fear. Fear needing to be conquered to get back. The metaphor was driving. I myself have felt that. I used to love driving. I feel more comfortable the faster I'm going. Even in the context of like roller coasters. I love roller coasters. Anything fast. Cannot stand the Ferris wheel or the ski lift. The slower things are, the more you can dissect and the more you can assume and the more it vibrates. I've never been a fan. Maybe it's just been harder for me to control. When I was younger, I got crashed into and it almost took away my love of driving. Actually, I say almost, but I'm not sure I ever got it back. I got cold at one point and I thought of shivers, but I thought of it in Spanish, escalofríos. I was cold. Chaos was a common theme. I got a pressure when he got into his accident. I got a pressure in the top middle left of my head. No one drives forever. I feel like that's a tab left in the mortality file. I never used to agree. I don't know if I do still. Italy is something that's been a common theme. It's not necessarily from the movie per se, but it was brought up while there. Not about the money. What is it about? Not about the money. It's not about the money, but what is it about? It feels like it's putting it into my context. The biggest things, if it's not about the money, taking back my power. I thought of the movie The Mummy at one point, and I wasn't sure why. And then I wrote Scarabs, but I'm not sure if that was any relation or if it was just me picking at stuff. But what is it about? That's honestly what I'm thinking. If it's not about money, why can't I explain to people what it's about? I know. So why can't I speak it? It's starting to feel like it's a translation problem. It's probably best in the silence, or maybe it's Spanish. I'm honestly not sure, even though saying that out loud makes me feel like a liar. I always know, even when I think I don't. So first I drop it. I wonder why. Royal blue. Thought of the Swan Princess. Well, I don't know what I expected from this, and I don't know what you expected from this, but I hope you got it. Because that's all there is. There is no definite end. What is it about? What is it about? Let me know. Maybe. I find it strange that I was able to do a whole video of just my hands and what I thought and what I jotted down. But I don't find it strange what I said, and I don't find what I'm doing strange. It's strange that I find it strange, actually. I just don't know. Because I tried to use Flash to do it like this before, but it wasn't working. So now I'm wondering if I'm supposed to say more things. When I stare at the Flash, I see the circle around the light where it can almost look iridescent, but it's such a clear circle. I wonder if other people see the clear circle or if they avoid staring at light straight on like this. The more I stare and the more I focus on the center, I can actually tell that the camera flash is a circle within a circle, and it's brighter on the inside, but the outside is actually giving the flash, and it's peculiar. I always wondered if people saw the same circle and the same amount of colors. The other day I saw a rainbow and it was beautiful, but it seemed like there was a faint line under the violet, and it wasn't a color that I could see. It was just like if I couldn't see it, a color I couldn't see. But I saw it. I saw the hole that it would fill. And I'm not really sure if other people don't see it or if they just don't understand the way I say it. So we could just never get on the same page. And that in itself, all of this is very telling. I don't expect anyone to understand me. And I believe in myself so much, if, for lack of a better term here, that no one ever would. And so I decide that they would, right? I have to start feeling understood to be understood. Therefore, it comes from a lack of self-understanding or a lack of understanding of others, though I spent a good chunk trying to understand others. And that in itself is probably the fault. I guess I was supposed to say things, but now I think that's the end. I hope that whatever you heard did whatever it did. Use your own discernment. Discernment is a very good word. It is a very good skill. And yeah, find peace in the silence. Reflect and repeat. Clean your mirrors. Wipe your lenses. My bad. I came back to literally just say one thing that I remembered as soon as I turned off, and it seems relevant. I lost my keys today, or I misplaced them, or they were taken. The timing makes it so that it's hard to tell, and it's all a valuable lesson, and it goes to show you need to see things from a certain perspective sometimes, and I'm waiting for that perspective to show itself, because I no longer want to see from shattered lenses. I want to see from the best possible angle. But yeah, lost keys. Lost keys to what is your new stability. So losing access to what you thought was your new route, like what you were certain was your new route. I hope that actually does feel like it was for somebody else, because I already understood my own thing for today. And it was like too close to my actual personal life to feel like it would be of any use to me in any other way to digest it. But yeah, lost keys. And like, you can fix it. So it's the idea of like, maybe it's a test. Maybe it's just to throw a wrench in your plans to see if you actually have changed from the last cycle. I feel like that's pretty accurate. So just know if this resonates with you, if your discernment says that it was for you, that it doesn't matter. You don't need keys. You don't need keys to get into the rooms that are yours. You just need to unlock the door. Keys are one way, but there are others. And yeah, I think now that's it. Okay, actually, I know I'm in my car and I did move, but I'm at a stop sign and the mall is like abandoned. But speaking of, when I was exiting the theater, they were playing Taylor Swift, We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, which was weird because they were like playing the video in the lobby, but they were playing the music, and as I walked out, I was recording, obviously, and the first like big movie poster, well, display, like it was like the board and stuff, was for the movie Together, with, I think his name is Dave Franco, the younger Franco brother that's married to Alison Brie. They have a movie together that I wanted to watch actually, but for some reason I was very drawn to F1. So Together might be the next one that I watch and feel something like this and maybe do the same whatever this is. But I feel like that was important to mention too, not for me. But the Together and We Are Not Getting Back Together and Taylor Swift, and maybe it has to do with the keys. There's a lot of cats too. But yeah. Again, I'm at a stop sign and the mall is completely empty. But yeah, I think that's it now.